Hey there, welcome to Consult the Blind Guy. My name is Andrew, and in today's episode, we're doing a live Q&A on media kits, so I can answer any question that you have that I might be able to answer. Why it's important to have them, what do you need to do a media kit, how to put one together. You ask, I've got answers. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos, live streams, and more. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Let's get to it.
Disappointed by reality, trying to come back, start something new, build up yourself, it's all to you. Stay strong no matter what they say, you keep getting better every day. Hold your head up, never gonna stop, fierce and proud, stand up and shout. Stand my ground.
As I said, welcome to Consult the Blind Guy. My name is Andrew, and in today's episode, we're covering media kits. Making them, finding the information you need for them, and marketing your story to be able to grow your audience, build your brand, and market to your audience to be able to have brand deals and sponsorships and media coverage if that is the thing that you want to do. Media kits is just one part of the thing that the social media and companies and the press would actually like to have from you so they can see your statistics. Before we get any further, let's see who we have here with us today. Kim, hello, how are you? Thanks for being here. Nicole, the Blind Mage, thank you for joining us. Divided by Sight, thank you for being here, and thank you for the compliment on the intro music. So as I said, today we're going to do a live Q&A on media kits. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them into the live chat. If you're watching this on the replay, go ahead, drop them down in the comment section below, and I will be sure to get back to you as soon as possible to answer your questions. If you could, please put question in all caps. It helps make it a lot easier for me to be able to see in the live chat as well as in the comments to differentiate between regular conversation. Please also don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos, live streams, and more. There's a lot of content that will be coming out very soon. I've been busting my butt constantly to get the research done and get everything set up so I can do more useful content for you and answer your questions as well. Now, I'm sure one question you probably have is, what is a media kit and why do I need it? To put it simply, a media kit is a PDF or a piece of paper if you choose to print it out that has information about you, your brand, your channel, whatever content you make. Whether you're here on YouTube, you're a podcaster, a blogger, whatever it may be, even a website, all of that information that you put out has statistics, and those statistics are what you want to put into your media kit. This helps potential affiliate deals, brand deals, and sponsors to be able to see whether or not you have a nice amount of traffic going to you that they can potentially market to. Yes, divided by sight. That I definitely am. And that brings me to this fact on top of that anyway, is I'm sorry that today's live stream is a little bit later than normal for a Monday, but I have been on the live chat with tech support because I actually have a new website. You can find it at consultablindguy.com, all one word. And that will be the topic of another set of videos as well as live streams, so I can show you how I did everything, because there's a lot of things that I had issues with, and that's why I've been on the chat with tech support. I actually even figured out one of the solutions to my problem on my own before tech support was even able to assist me, because they couldn't figure it out. So there's going to be some good stuff coming on that as well. Hey, Sherry, thanks for joining us. So, what is it that you really need within a media kit? A media kit not only should have just your analytics or your statistics in it. You're going to want a picture of you. Of course, you're going to want a good cover page for it as well. You're going to want an About Me section that tells a little bit about you as well as your brand or your content, no matter what kind of content you make. If you do YouTube alone, you're going to want to explain in your About Me section what it is that you do for your content. For instance, I could say for mine, in my About section, besides my general personal information about who I am personally, but I could make reference to that I make a variety of content to help the blind and visually impaired and disabled to do their own content. I do content for the blind, visually impaired, and disabled to be able to make income to potentially get off of disability or have extra money. I could reference that I've been a content creator for 20 plus years. In fact, in February on Valentine's Day, it'll mark 17 years on this platform. 17 years of doing YouTube, because I have literally been here since day one. There is a lot of different information that you can actually include into your media kit. You can use your monthly traffic for one particular video, or even all of your videos, your watch time, your number of comments, whatever it is that comes in your analytics is potentially something you can use to market yourself, your brand, your story within that media kit. Question. How long should the About section be? Your About section can be as long as you want it, honestly, in my opinion. I have seen a few people for influencers who have just a couple sentences, and then I've seen other people who have a full sheet. And myself, mine is a part of a page. But that was because it was something that I just hurried up and threw together for my first media kit. So mine will actually be getting created a little bit further in depth here in the near future. I was doing a media kit update every single month, and now I am actually going to cut down to doing it quarterly, which is every 3 months, because for me, having so many channels and groups and everything else, it's very, very time consuming. And It is entirely up to you on how much you put in your About Me section. It's also up to you on how often you update your media kit as well. I have actually seen some people do it once a year. I've seen others do it every 6 months. Myself, I think every 3 months is fairly good because you never know exactly how much traffic you're going to get. That's the whole point of watching your analytics here on YouTube and on other platforms, to see how much you're growing, how much you're dropping, how many comments you're getting, how many watch hours, and all of that. There is a lot of analytics that you can look at to potentially put into your media kit. As you've seen in this morning's video, I put a lot into mine, but I also have 10 pages on Facebook, 18 groups on Facebook, 4 YouTube channels, and about to be a fifth. Now I have a website to add into that. There is a lot that you can actually put into it. You can even put your analytics for your Teespring or Spotify or Shopify, Printly, anything that you have that offers you an analytic on traffic to your page, to your site, is potential to put into your media kit. Your Twitter, your Twitch, Pinterest, anything at all that gives you information you can use. And I'm going to share my screen so I can show you a little bit about the information that I use myself in my media kit. Okay, as you can see here, we are on the analytics for YouTube. What in the heck? Oh, there's a survey for YouTube. I can do that later. It'd be nice if they would make them notifications like something in our email from YouTube rather than putting it at the top of our screen sometimes. But hey, whatever. Alright. Anyway, as you can see, we're on the YouTube studio in the analytics section. Right off the top, it says your channel got 424 views in the last 28 days. If you do it every month, that right there would be one of your first statistics, is 424 views in the last 28 days. However, depending on how often you want to update, depends on how much you want to put into it. And if I'm going to go every 3 months, I'm more worried about the 90-day rather than the last 28 days. Either way, the information you're going to get is still going to be the same across where you're going to find it. So, for instance, the views currently is 424 for the last 28 days. Watch time hours is 43.3. Oh, gotta love technology. Sorry, give me 1 second here. I'll actually... I have a feeling I'm going to end up sending this new computer back into the manufacturer and have it fixed or replaced, because that is annoying and stupid. Absolutely no reason for it to be having these issues for only being a few months old. Anyway, in the last 28 days, subscribers is up 14, bringing me to a total of 108. And I've had 29 views in the last 48 hours. Now, the last 24 hours isn't so important. And I will do my best that if the fan decides to act up, to mute it as quick as possible so it does not blow out your eardrums. I apologize. The joys of technology wanting to be stupid. Now I'm going to click on the time frame and we're going to go to the last 90 days. And the views in the last 90 days is 1.8 thousand. So 1,800 views in the last 90 days. That number there is good. That would be at the top of the list for my overall information for this channel at the moment, of my view rate being 1,800 in the last 3 months. Watch time hours is 248.7. That is astonishing. Thank you all for viewing these videos. It is greatly appreciated. And then subscribers is up 34 in the last 90 days. That's not so important. The main number that you want to look at is your overall, how many subscribers you currently have. As I said a moment ago, I'm currently at 108. So that would be the number I put in rather than saying I got an increase of 34. Then I would go over to my audience. And unique viewers is 756. That would be another number I use. Give me 1 second. I have a feeling the fan's about to kick in again. Gotta love technology. Sorry about that. Average view per viewer is 2.3. So that means the average person, when they watch one of my videos, is 2.25. So that means that roughly, if you're watching a couple of my longer videos, that you're on my channel for approximately a half an hour to 45 minutes. And in some cases, if it's the shorter videos, then that means that you would be on my channel for potentially 20 minutes to a half an hour, which is awesome. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you find value in helpful information here. And then the subscribers is plus 34, which says it's down 23%. But as I said, the statistics for how many you've gone up or gone down does not really matter. It's the overall number that you want. Then you would want to scroll down, and I'll zoom in just a little bit here, and then you can go by when your viewers are on, and then go down to your viewer base. And my viewer base is 86.6 of those that are subscribed and 13.4 of those who are not subscribed. So thank you for those of you who are not subscribers for viewing the channel and checking out the videos. If you see anything you like, please don't forget to subscribe, because I do a lot of different content to help out fellow content creators. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in and I will do my best to answer them for you. If I lose you anywhere, you don't understand what the statistics are that I'm looking at, feel free to reach out in the live chat or in the comments as well. Next to your subscriber viewer base is your top geographics, and this tells you where your viewers are from. And as you can see here on mine, it's the United States, Canada, the UK, and Panama. If I click on more, I already know that it's Norway, Russia, Australia, New Zealand, and thank you to all our international viewers. You are greatly appreciated as well. Underneath your viewer base is age and gender. As you can see here on mine currently for the last 90 days, it does not give me an age and gender ratio. But I do know, based on those of you who are regulars here on the channel, that you range between 16 and 65 plus, and you're a combination of male and female. So I would be able to put that into my media kit that my viewers are between 16 and 65 plus and are male and female. I could be more specific and say that my viewer base is primarily female between the ages of 30 and 50. Now, some people want very specific information. I like to go the broad route and just say that I know my audience on this channel is 16 up. I do not care whether it's male dominant or female dominant myself. Potential brand deals, sponsors, and affiliates may want more specific, but I try to keep it at the broad spectrum of who it is that views, because then it's easier to manage on the analytics side of research rather than going, well, I have just this specific group of people where I can state that I know my viewers are this age to this age, and it's a combination of both. I myself like to make things easier on myself and on you as well. So the next thing I am going to look at is my reach. And in the reach section, you have your impressions click-through rate, and more. And my current impressions is 23.6 thousand, which is an increase of 43%. My impression click-through rate is 3.3%, which is an increase of 4%. And you do not have to put into the percentage of your increases either. You just want the main number. Views is 1.8 thousand and unique viewers is 756. And you do want to put in the unique viewer count. That lets the potential sponsor, affiliate, or brand deal know that you're getting more views from 756 people rather than the 108 of your subscribers solely. And if you wanted to, you can also include more data along the lines of where your traffic sources come from. I don't actually do this myself, but if you wanted to, you could. As you can see here, my browser features 22%, YouTube search is 21.6, notifications is 19.4, external is 11.6, channel pages 8.7, and others is 16.5. Others would potentially be clicking on a link on Facebook, clicking on a link on a website, or from Google search. There is a lot of different ways that the other is broke down. The next analytic over to the right is watch time from impressions, and that's 109.17 hours. And as I said, you could be more specific on the playlist or videos that bring in the high amount of traffic as well. That is entirely up to you. You can potentially take all of this information if you wanted to and put it into your media kit. Before it kicks in further, we will mute myself again a second. Oh, you gotta love technology. I'm just saying. Computer's only 6 months old, and it sounds like it's freaking dying, and there's no reason for it. I'm assuming, just based on the noises from it, that my fans are taking a crap, which is kind of crappy. Yeah, technology doesn't like me. They know I'm a blind guy, so it's like, here, let's screw with the blind guy. You know, it never fails. Which is messed up considering I've always been good with technology and fixing things and stuff like that. So, it's just got to come back and bite me in the ass that it's something that I recommend for a brand that wants to be a pain in my butt. Because for the last, I'd say 11 years now, I have recommended this brand of computer or laptop specifically because it has awesome fan power. Every computer that we've had in my life previous to this brand anyway, it would overheat and have all kinds of malfunctions, blue screens, and you'd have to reset it all the time. And then I got an Asus for the first time, and Asus is ASUS. And that laptop, which is sitting right over here, is Windows 7, and it was my first laptop I could actually say was mine. And it's got a turbofan. That's why I love them, because of the fans on them, the processing power of them, and it never once overheated. That laptop still works great today. The only reason I got the new one I'm using now is because, unfortunately, the old laptop does not have the capabilities to run all of the programs that I need for my video editor in Music Studio. Had the old laptop had the processing power and RAM and everything that I needed, I would still be on it. But I had to upgrade so I could continue to use the latest version of the production software that I use for music and for videos, in order to make the highest quality content that I possibly can for you. So, unfortunately, this thing wants to be a pain in the butt, but we're going to continue persevering and pushing through and handle everything as it comes at me, just like always. You know, just because we're blind doesn't mean we can't be all ninja styled, knock down problems right the hell out of here. Alright, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen a minute. Now, do you have any more questions about doing your media kit? Information you need, don't need, how to put one together, which is going to be in part 2 next Monday. But I'm more than happy to answer any questions you have right now about them. I'm also curious, for those of you who are subscribers here now, and for those of you who are viewing this on the replay that may not be aware, I would love to get your input on the new website as well. I have been working on it for the past 3 days nonstop, with only a few hours of sleep the last couple. And that's what caused today's live stream to be a little bit late, as I was actually dealing with tech support again. I'm glad you like that divide by sight, because I've always been one of those, even with vision impairment, that I've got the cat-like reflexes. I could potentially be dropping something and manage to catch it before it shatters on the floor, like I did the other day. I almost dropped our sugar container, which is crystal glass, and I managed to capture the lid inches before it hit the ground. Anything we shouldn't include? Myself, I wouldn't include any of the percentages, whether it goes up or goes down. I wouldn't include the increase in subscribers or decrease in subscribers. I would just go with your overall subscriber count. The higher the number of your subscribers is better than just seeing a plus of 34 or a plus of 10 or something along those lines. I would include at least 1 or 2 pictures of yourself that would go with your media kit. A press kit would require more than that, but I would at least have 1 or 2 in your media kit as well. The higher quality, the better. That way, the affiliate, sponsor, or brand deal can actually see a good picture of who they're dealing with. Potentially, they may not have seen your YouTube channel or your platform before, whether you're just a blogger or a podcast or something like that, where you're going into a cold meeting per se, in the aspect of you reaching out to them rather than them reaching out to you. The more information you can include, the better. So there's not a whole lot that you wouldn't want to put in that I can think of other than that right now. But I will definitely research a little bit more to see what potentially you don't want to put in there. From what I've seen, just about everybody puts in as much as they possibly can, because the more information you have available to them, the more likelihood of being able to get those deals. We're all clumsy, but potentially being able to capture something that you're fumbling with, it's still pretty good for being visually impaired. I'm just saying. Is there anything else that I could possibly answer for you right now? And while I wait for your response a minute, I'm going to share my screen again. And welcome to the new consultedblindguy.com. I'm going to shut off my dark theme so you can see exactly what this website looks like without accessibility features being turned on. This is what I have been doing for the last 3 days nonstop. If you are in the visually impaired community, I would love your input on this, whether things are big enough to be able to see without accessibility features, if you have a screen reader, if it's working with this website, if any of the pictures actually give you the information for descriptions from the alt text, anything like that, any input on the formatting, the layout, anything at all, I would love your input, because I invested in this website to be able to give you more access to more information besides seeing me here 2 times a week. This is also a good place for you to find other resources that I have shared in the past. It's a good place to find information about nonprofits and other organizations statewide, nationally, and internationally. I will be updating some of these resources periodically as I find more, as they change their information and things like that as well. If there's anything that you can suggest on the layout, the pictures, the colors, absolutely anything, I would love to hear from you on it. That way I can make this site as best as possible for you, the viewers. And this is just the welcome page, the home page here that I'm showing now. But there is a button. Oh, that's not cool. I will have to check that out after the stream, apparently, because that was not cool. But there is a set of menus at the top to be able to pull you into the About Me section. There's a drop down menu to go to the resource pages. There's one resource page for the blind and visually impaired, as well as another resource page for content creators. So far, there's approximately 9 pages on this website. I am still updating it and working on it all day long until it gets done. I will be getting a hold of tech support again by the looks, because it currently still says that it's not secured, and it should be. So, the joys of technology. And turn my accessibility back on so I'm not getting blinded by STREAMYARD. As you can hear, my fan is still going nuts in the background. Gotta love it. We are about 15 minutes away from the top of the hour. I'm not sure, but I will definitely be finding out after this live stream divided by site to figure out why the menu button is not showing up properly and why it went to a white screen like that. This is the joys of being visually impaired and doing things on your own. With it being the holiday week, everybody is pretty busy and doing their own things, so I'm still waiting on input on some of the things I may or may not need to do from those that I know use this platform. My web hosting for the new site I got from Bluehost was $178 for the next 3 years. And if you're looking into doing a website, now is the time to get on it, because they are doing discounts for the holiday season. The plan that I am using is usually $17 a month or $16.99, and I got it for $4.95. And I have the hosting for the next 3 years. I got my first year of my domain name for free, and it will be $15 a year after that. I'm actually using Thrive themes as well for my plugins to have the capability of doing surveys and create my themes and edit my entire site. And that was another $228 for the year. But it has pretty much everything you're going to need in order to create a website that looks good and functions well as possible. As I said, Kim, I will be doing videos on this as well because of how I have to do everything and how I'm learning everything. As you have seen, the white screen pop the white screen that popped up was because I shut off the accessibility features that I'm using in order to have a dark theme, which is also going to be a topic of, coffee burps. But the dark theme that I use is also going to be a topic of a video coming up as well, because I use a specific one called Dark Reader, and Chrome actually has a capability to force dark mode, but I don't really like it, and I will be showing you the options on how to use that and why I don't like it myself, but it still is something that may be functional and good enough for you to use. Does that include shopping cart processing? I am not 100% sure on that just yet, Kim, but I can do some research for you. I don't have a shopping cart on my website. I may in the future, but currently I don't. And depending on the platform that you're using for collecting your payments, whether it's PayPal or anything like that, it just may be something that you integrate into your website, and the processing fees that you deal with now will remain the same. But don't quote me on that, because as I said, I don't have a shopping cart on my site. That will be something I look into for you, and I will post into the Hangout group, which, seeing so I've got a few of you members here, what would you think of potentially changing the name from the Consult a Blind Guy Hangout group to the Consulting Crew group? Because you are all Consulting Crew members, and I think it would be better to have that name rather than the Hangout group. But I would love to have your input. I will also be putting it in a survey within the group to get your opinion there. I'm also going to be looking into integrating possibly my Teespring with the website as well. As I said, I've only had my website now for 3 days, and it's still a work in progress. I'm trying to get as much posted and updated as quickly as possible. So you can count on posts on Facebook and on social media, as well as updates here periodically as well on YouTube in these live streams. We are now approaching the last 5 minutes of today's stream. So if you have any more questions, please feel free to drop them into the live chat, or if you're watching this on the replay, go ahead, drop them comments below, and I will be able to answer them as soon as possible. Don't forget to smash that like button. It helps you stay updated on the latest videos, live streams, and more, besides hitting that bell icon when you subscribe, because YouTube constantly changes the algorithm. If you do not engage with the channel, you potentially will not get notified. Also, an update, you can email me at consultblindguy.com now, at andrew at consultablindguy.com, or you can continue to email me at consult.ablindguy@gmail.com. Either way, you will reach me directly. If you have any issues with the website, anything like that, please send an email to support@consultablindguy.com. Either I or one of the support techs will be able to handle the issue. There will be a place for book recommendations and things like that. As I said, I am slowly getting everything updated and put on there. I have a list of everything to add onto the website yet, but I'm only one person, so it's taking me a minute. And as I said, I've been dealing with the tech support for the host as well as for Thrive Themes to make sure everything gets done properly and looks the best as possible. And I will keep you all updated on the group on Facebook as well as on other social media channels to let you know what's getting done, how it's getting done, when it will be done, if it's something that will take time as well. Uh, yes, Kim. I'm hoping that it'll be an easy process to add it in. Right now, I'm not entirely sure, but it's something I'm looking into for sure to help make things a little bit easier for everybody to find it, besides here on YouTube or asking for the link. It'll be readily available. My laptop sounds like it wants to die. Gotta love technology, technology. If there's no more questions, then I will let you go and get my butt back to work because I have always been a workaholic and even more lately. If you have any specific topics you would like to see covered here on YouTube or something you would like me to research and have on the website, anything at all, please feel free to comment here on YouTube, in the Facebook community, on any of the social media channels, or even on the website or by email. I am totally open to anything. Yeah, that's about it. No worries, Sherry. Thank you for joining us. We are at the top of the hour, so if there is no more questions, we will head out. And then I will be back again on Thursday. Our new normal time for Thursday is going to be 6 p.m. Eastern because I have been doing business course meetings on Thursdays at 5, and sometimes they take a little bit longer than a half an hour. So I don't want to cut it too close to miss the half-hour mark for scheduling, and I don't want to keep pushing the time back. So I have decided that 6 p.m. on Thursdays will be the new normal time until further notice. I am still going to work with the interviewees that want to be on the show for the Why Do You Do What You Do series, and do my best to stream at a time that works best for you. But if there is no specific guest that cannot be on the show that day, it will be at 6 p.m. I will be posting the schedule on the website as well as on all the social media channels, as well as in the groups. Yep, I know Thanksgiving is Thursday, but I don't celebrate it, so I'm going to be doing my stream just like I would any other day. In Native culture, every day is Thanksgiving, and the Thanksgiving of Thursday is just a reminder of traumatic issues of history and a day of education. So that will probably be our structure for this Thursday is an educational series on Thanksgiving. As most of you know, I try to use my experience and my knowledge of history as a teaching tool, and this Thursday is going to be one of those days, as I know I'm most likely not going to have a guest because of it being the holiday. Wanted to get that out before we end the stream. But I do want to thank you all for joining me today. And as I said, I will be back on Thursday evening at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them below in the comment section, post them on social media, or send them to me by email. As I said, you can reach me at the website or at my Gmail. At the website, it is Andrew at consultablindguy.com, or on Gmail at consult.ablindguy@gmail.com. Excuse me. Until the next live stream, I hope you all have a wonderful evening or day, depending on where you are in the world. Try and stay safe, stay warm, and I will see you on the next live stream. Peace out until then.